Alrighty, well, thank you again. We thank everyone for being with us this morning. And I invite everyone to come together and let's set our intention into this spiritual practice, this process we call treatment. Remember what we're doing. We are treating our consciousness to the truth. We're treating our consciousness to the presence of God. And it is that divine contact, it is that experience of God that is ultimately the thing that changes our life and changes our consciousness. And we have been given the ability and therefore the responsibility to direct our own consciousness. So today we direct our consciousness to the presence of God, to the experience of the presence of God. In medieval times, in a monastery in Europe, there was a man who wanted to be a monk, but he didn't have the right education. So they let him work in the kitchen. He became a great mystic by simply focusing his attention and his intention on the presence of God. In pots and pans and in all things, the presence of God. We know him today as Brother Lawrence. We recognize that there is only one life that we call God. We call it love, we call it peace. We can call it power, we can call it nature, but by whatever name we choose to call it, it is one. It is first cause. It is that which is but which was never created. And it is expressing itself through all of its creation. Every blade of grass, every bird in the air, every fish in the sea, every animal in the forest, and each and every one of us. As our tiny bodies developed in the womb from a sperm and an egg, two cells combined into one, and one became two, and two became four. There was an intelligent process guiding that unfoldment every step of the way. Some cells became eyes, and some cells became bones. Some became skin, and some became organs. Every step of the way, the love of God was with us, guiding that process. That love and that presence did not leave us when we were born. It is with us at all times, in all places, whether we know it or not. It is up to us to turn our attention to it, to open our hearts to experience it through the language of the heart, to see that which our two human eyes cannot see, but the eye divine can comprehend. We open ourselves up today to experience the love, the activity, and the presence of God, which is the Christ within. We experience it as a real, tangible love. Everything else takes care of itself. For as we surrender our consciousness, our awareness, our love to that eternal presence, it produces whatever change or changes as needs must be within our consciousness and within all consciousness for a greater experience of its presence in this life, in this country, on this planet. We are grateful for this opportunity to be together, to support each other, to love each other, to encourage each other in our spiritual growth. We are grateful for the opportunity to remind ourselves that that which has created us is nearer than our hands and feet and closer than our breath, and lays in quiet repose of our recognition of its presence. We are grateful to know that there's a power in the universe that responds to us according to our belief. And this treatment is our declaration of belief that God's presence is with us and we can experience it, and we do experience it this very day. So we release this treatment to that perfect law, knowing so certain it is done that we say together, and so it is.